that, but also the rivalry that has deepened it too. And I would lean into that here because this has all been about energy, passion, emotion. This is going to be the 100th match in the modern edition of Leagues Cup, which dates back to 2023. That narrow gap between the two right now, 51 to 48 in favor of MLS teams. You want a rivalry? You got one. That's about as tight as you can get over the century mark.
And we've got a good one here tonight as we wrap up phase one of that group stage, or the early parts of this Leagues Cup tournament here. We look at these two very different situations, Devin. However, very much the same ambition.
You start with Santos. Certainly they want to get back on the schneid, right? They want to get a better result. They want to add momentum to themselves. They've got Chivas right around the corner. It's weird for the Liga MX teams right now. It's kind of similar to what MLS teams experience heading into CONCACAF Champions Cup earlier in the year. They're coming out of preseason, a couple of games into the year. What's the identity of the squad? Francisco Ischel's trying to figure that out for this team. There's building blocks, but haven't exactly hit a rhythm. LA Galaxy's a different conversation. They're finally in rhythm. It just took them 60% of their domestic season to get them there. But also with the understanding between both, that no matter how well you're playing or what is going on, you still have the chance right now to get a CONCACAF Champions Cup berth.
This is an LA Galaxy side well documented about that very, very poor start. 16 games. They've kind of turned the corner as of late. 4 wins in their last 10. Just a couple of losses in that stage in all competitions. What's changed?
Well, I would urge you to say that, number one, the identity hasn't changed. Most importantly, health is coming back. But the idea that what they did last year, open games up, counter a little bit more, start to be more aggressive going forward, that all helps when you have the personnel to be able to do it. If you take a sample size of 10 games last year around Leagues Cup compared to 10 games this year, they're just 3 points off. That's one game. The goal differential, just one off. +6 this year, +5 last year. They're actually better defensively in that 10-game stretch. They're making mistakes on the defensive front. That's the biggest difference right now. Even though there were more goals last year, they conceded more. Right now, the balance is better. What you're asking of them is to continue to open it up and be aggressive here. Because in order for them to continue forward, Christian, they can't just win tonight. They have to win by at least 2 against Santos. That will definitely get them into the top 4. If they push the narrative a little bit further, sure, we can talk about a tiebreaker against Orlando for the 3 spot. But all you want to do is worry about the next 90 minutes, be aggressive, and do what they're best at. That's transitional football, and let that front line fly.
And really trying to get back to the form as we look at these goals from that match day 1 result. 5-2 over Cholos of Tijuana. It was a bit of a stumble the other night here in Carson when they fell on penalty kicks after a 1-1 draw against La Máquina Cruz Azul of Mexico City. They need more Marco Royce. They need the killer P's to get back involved with the likes of Joseph Paintsill. Here's what it stands right now, Devin, as we look at this, and a chance now for LA to really spoil the party for the Portland Timbers, and just perhaps an outside chance of taking that 3rd spot.
No surprise that Orlando, Inter Miami, and Seattle, who have been impenetrable in every front and can score at will. I have to say that to tip my cap to Phil Neville and the Portland Timbers, they played excellent over this 3-game stretch. Defensively, finally finding some rhythm. There's fluidity building off the back line. They've kept a clean sheet, something they hadn't done in 12 previous games prior to entering this competition. But still, you have to look at the Galaxy as abysmal as it was to start this year in MLS play. They have not only put themselves with an opportunity to get into a top 4, the possibility of another trophy, and as mentioned just a moment ago, the thought of early next season, CONCACAF Champions Cup.
The door to the CONCACAF Champions Cup is still open. It is closed for now for the visitors from Torreon, Coahuila. We look at Santos. They started great guns, Devin, with a big 3-0 win in Liga MX on match day 1. It's all gone south since.
I mentioned Francisco Rodriguez. He's had them for about 3 months now, right? Figuring out the identity of what should be this team, or so we thought. Defensively, good structure. The midfield can play in combination, and the front line likes to move a lot. Now you're trying to figure out how to put all of that together. And the problem you've run into is you've had injuries, you've had some big-name players being sold, some new faces that have come in, and they really haven't hit that rhythm. What we do know is this team is capable of scoring goals, and they're capable of doing it in the open run of play, and that's exactly what's going to be. If you're the LA Galaxy right now, because the Colorado Rapids saw it, the Seattle Sounders saw it, you cannot give this team space, because what they're willing to do is fight. They may not do it in a sequence of all 11 together, which is why they've suffered for results, but the 10 field players, they will chase you. They will put pressure on you and make you feel uncomfortable. I wonder how much they're willing to be aggressive, given the strength of lineup. I actually think they have the capability of sitting back, forcing the game to be smaller against the LA Galaxy, shortening the field. As I just mentioned, the Galaxy want to play in wide open space. If you shorten the field for the Galaxy, attacking-wise, that makes it better for you defensively, and then you have the ability to transition. The best we've seen from Francisco Rodriguez's team has been in the open run of space, just like we see out of the Galaxy. Who's going to blink first? This is one of the ones where the manager gets 15, 20 minutes in and says, okay, someone's got to throw a punch here, because I would imagine a stalemate in this match early on.
The Santos side that's renowned for their press, renowned for their possession, which they've had the second most in Leagues Cup here in 2025. But when we talked to Francisco Rodriguez, he wanted more verticality, he wanted inside to hit him behind. We'll see if they can get back to that, which they saw in that 2-1 loss away to Colorado, but not so much on Sunday night up at Lumen Field against the Sounders. Now, here's where it breaks down right now. Liga MX seeing the likes of Toluca, Pachuca, Tigres, and the outsiders, the Mexican Cinderella, Puebla, raising everybody's eyebrows.
They did well for themselves. Mazatlan fell just short, and the right side of your screen, Juarez, you have to feel hard done. Emotional. The run that they were on, they played very well, absolutely decimated Charlotte, and had a real opportunity, if not for Emil Forsberg and Sandro Schwartz and what the Red Bulls were able to do in prime position for Juarez. Not just a chance to get into the top four. Juarez with a with a win would have gotten 3 points, and with goal differential could have been the #1 seed, and instead on the outside looking in.
When you think about the big clubs, of course, the likes of Monterrey as well as Chivas, all the Cuatros Grandes out. Now we take a look at the way things shape up right now. Toluca and Portland for now. Now that can change based on the result of this game. The Galaxy can play the role of spoiler, and we look at the rest. Very, very interesting. So we're all set. Everything poised for the Galaxy. They are still alive with a puncher's chance. Now the quest gets down to brass tacks. It's a good one tonight. Countdown to kickoff continues right here on Fox. Keep it right here. When we return, we'll break down the starting 11s next.
All right, ladies. Next stop, laundry room. Big no to dryer 3. Good call. This bathroom, 1 blow dryer at a time. Good call. Oh, and the walls are paper thin. Good call. We're gonna go up. Oh, so if you get lost.
Wait, is that the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7? You're full of good calls.
Well, the best call was getting it at AT&T. I got their best deal without paying for the most expensive plan. You'll learn.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 with Galaxy AI on us. Most expensive plan not required.
You can feel confident Continental's the smart choice in tires.
Anything for grip?
Eco Plus technology helps you stop shorter on wet roads.
Seriously?
Absolutely.
What if he's indecisive?
What if she's indecisive?
A 60-day customer satisfaction trial for all.
Nice.
Very nice.
Suppose the universe is out to get me?
Roadside assistance could brighten your day.
Cool.
Very. Continental, welcome to the smart choice in tires.
I was in a car accident and lost my memories of the last 8 years of my life.
This fall, Fox's critically acclaimed hit Doc returns.
I need to be the doctor that I was. I'll do whatever it takes.
Follow the journey as Felicity Huffman joins the cast.
Every path we choose comes with a price.
The grand finale is the final game.
I just had a memory.
Doc premieres September 23rd on Fox, and watch season 1 anytime.
If you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet.
I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry about any of that. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore, and I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off using code TV at collarsandco.com.
In just 1 year, I had over $900 in banking fees. I had enough. I switched to Chime. There's no overdraft fees, no monthly fees. I'm saving hundreds for my daughter's future. For a normal guy like me, I've given myself a small raise. Join me at Chime.com.
Battle in the box. Wow. Nico Hansen played really well this season in relief of Zach Steffen when it's called on. Makes the double save, and it's clutch. And then they go the old set piece route back to gets you on that back post. This is great
This
delivery.
is Alex Pillow,
He just runs home
a
to that.
conquistador of concrete from the
Finishes to the
start.
corner.
Alex is so fast he does
Colorado
his taxes
cooking with
January
gas.
1st.
Colorado
He speed reads
Santos
two novels
Laguna, the
before noon.
opening
He's
game.
Spanish, but he'll
In
French
this
kiss on the
pod,
first
there are
date.
two
Alex has
nothing
traveled the world.
into the
Here are his
second
favorite
half.
places: Portland, Detroit,
CONCACAF
Monterey,
champions
Portland
show
again,
their
and
mettle.
rent-free in 32 driver's heads. This is the front of his car, but if you race him,
I don't expect
you'll just
him
see
to
the
get
back.
far forward when the scoring goes
This
like
is
that.
three-time Indy
One for
Car
the
champ
defenders
Alex Pillow.
right now.
Welcome
And
to the
then
fastest racing
Nacho
hour.
Rivero. With Cruz Azul down 1. Already eliminated from the
2026. It's when history will be made. It's when 3 nations
Hansen coming up big.
and 16 cities
Rivero
will
goal
unite
always
as
coming.
a single host.
Cruz Azul pitch. Late on.
2026. The FIFA World Cup is coming. And we can't wait.
How he readjusts his body. He's facing another way than the way the ball goes. He's got to slice it.
Big weekend coming up on Saturday. We're off to Children's Mercy Park as Dejan Joveljic and Sporting Kansas City gets set to take on San Diego FC. We're having a blinder of the season. That kicks off at 8:30 Eastern Time, and then the MLS Cup champions LA getting set to take on the Seattle Sounders on Sunday at 10 Eastern Time.
5-4 to take the extra point. Chivas won.
Well, the build-up continues here as the LA Galaxy gets set to kick off the culmination of Phase 1 of the 2025 Leagues Cup, and in a desperate need of a full 3 points and victory by 2 goals here in the space of 90 minutes. Glad you're live for our pregame show. Christian Miles alongside Devin Kerr. Now we look at this. We talked about these two teams, Devin, being in very different situations. The Galaxy, look, it hasn't been an MLS season to forget. On the other side of the coin, Santos, how do you approach this if you're both of these managers in terms of starting lineups and your overall approach?
Let's start with Francisco Rodriguez and Santos. Okay, so we've seen some good play within Liga MX. We've seen some decent build-up here in Leagues Cup. What we haven't seen is his favorite starting 11. I don't think he has any clue, and I don't think that's a bad thing either. There's a lot of new names, a lot of very important players that departed this group, so he's trying to lock down at least 8 or 9 that every single week he can sharpie in so that when you come into tournaments and you have to rotate, you know the guys that you can rely upon. Let's talk about LA Galaxy and Greg Vanney. You're going for it, plain and simple. They're on 16 points right now. Most managers will tell you the playoff line is going to hover right around 44, 45 points. 10 games left, you legit have to be perfect. The odds you're going to win 10 games in a row, very slim when it comes to domestic play. All of your eggs in this basket going for this result right now. A trophy, even if you get into the top 3, remember, top 3 in this tournament get you into CONCACAF Champions Cup.
To your point, we take a look at the team news right now, and it is in for the LA Galaxy, of course. Long-term injury to Ricky Puig. The starting lineups are sponsored by Carnival Cruise Line, and it's 11 that features 3 changes, 2 coming at the back as club captain Maya Yoshida back at that right center back role, and Mauricio Cuevas coming in for Miki Yamane at right fullback.
Let's start with Yoshida, who controls everything. It's tempo, it's the communication, it's organization. We just need some better decision-making from him defensively. He's conceded too much, and he's gotten his team in trouble. But as you move forward, Cuevas in combination play, speed up the flank, same kind of idea for Aude. Love what I've seen on the left-hand side. Now, typically they like to release a little bit more on the right, so open run of play for that left side. The midfield, Fagundes to be able to rotate out, Royce to come a little bit high. This is about overload centrally, all culminating with Nascimento. When you get in front of goal, I want to see more commitment with inside the top of the 18. That's hard to believe for a team that has actually been producing goals, but to me, too much of it has been in wide open space. It negates the point a little bit in the sense of, oh, that's what they're very good at. But for this team to take the next step, to continue evolving on the attacking side, I need more numbers as they approach the box.
Very attacking lineup from Greg Vanney. Of course, the other change, seeing Nascimento come in, Sanabria dropping out, and Marco Royce, who played that false 9, dropping a little bit deeper where we're used to seeing him. Now we look at Santos. To your point, my friend, for the second consecutive game, 8 changes for Francisco Rodriguez. We'll see Carlos Acevedo return from suspension, another back 3 anchored by the on-loan Bravos man, Aret Ortega.
The idea that he's dropped Balanta is an interesting one. He was the middle of that center back 3 that had a lot of control for everybody, a physical player that really dominated the 9s. But what ended up happening here was with the 3, they didn't have enough control to go long. This team does really well with the ball at their feet, but they need to open it up more. They are a vertical squad. As they start to move back to front, you'll see a lot of rotation, overloads on the inside. good presence when it drops into a 5 and holding the opponent in front of them. But much too much separation. As Mariscal comes in, Guemas, they have to make sure that there's a relationship with that back line. They can play high with that front three. I'm all for it. I want them to open this game up. But if they transition, Christian, they got to go as one unit. That's where they've really suffered in league play. That's where they've suffered in Leagues Cup. Chocolazano up top as well with Carrillo. He is the playmaker. Carrillo, give him the freedom to wander. Make that back line from LA Galaxy feel uncomfortable. Commit numbers forward, and the results will follow.
And an absolute golazo on match day 1. He'll look for something similar here. Match day 3 as we wrap up phase 1 of the 2025 Leagues Cup. Stay with us here on Fox. Countdown to kickoff continues. It's LA and Santos tonight.
0 points. You never want to go in the tournament and come out with nothing. That's the motivation.
I need a truck for all
this. We got a going on, but I would imagine that's what the fans want to see. For the Galaxy, we saw the direction they were taking right from the get-go. A chance at a trophy, a window back in the CONCACAF Champions Cup in an MLS season that went south very early on, winless in their first 16 games in league play. The first night, the 5-2 victory over Tijuana has set them up for the opportunity here this evening, along with the point they took against.
Introducing Taco Bell's $3 steak burritos. From the zesty Chipotle ranch to the indulgent cheesy melt. We call them ranch, but they're just $3. New $3 steak burritos only at Taco Bell.
This team is talented, even without Cruz. That old feeling LA experienced so much last year in 2024.
Turn up the
flavor in
the
MLS Cup playoffs,
Café Bustelo
winning their
está
6th
aquí.
MLS Cup title.
Still a
This
chance
is another
here.
window
It's Willingham
into having
into
some
the box.
success in
Willingham shoots.
2025. Facing Santos Laguna on their home field with it all to play for. The national anthem
magic.
coming
Willingham
up.
tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams. Nice.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico. Car insurance made easy with 24/7 claim service.
Pressure. What pressure? The players on the...
Whenever heartburn strikes, get fast relief with Tums. So you can enjoy the food you love.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. They are always ready to teach you the ways of football, because to them, passion is meant to be shared. Modelo, the cerveza for football.
PCA and the Cubs battle the Cardinals. Or Bryce Harper and the Phillies take on Corey Seager and the Rangers. Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Alex Pillo's legendary season rolls on as he eyes an historic three-peat. He looks to move one step closer to the single-season wins record in Portland. Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
More soccer coming your way. MLS comes back and takes center stage here on FS1. We've got all the action for you starting Saturday night as Dejan Jovalic and Sporting Kansas City gets set to take on Mikey Veras' upstart San Diego FC. Then on Sunday night at 10 Eastern time, Danny Mosolski and Seattle pay a visit to Carson at the Dig to take on the defending MLS Cup champions, LA Galaxy. Take a look at the way things shape up right now, and the team that's really raised all the eyebrows has been absolutely picture perfect, the Seattle Sounders, and laying that touchdown all over Cruz Azul. They've been the talk on the MLS side.
This should come as no surprise, though, Christian. The quality that they were able to pull out of their performance, even though the results didn't follow in the Club World Cup, immediately spilled over in MLS play and now Leagues Cup. Listen, you lose Jordan Morris, you lose an identity up top in the 9. It does not matter right now. Was on their 7-0 result the other night. This team's flying. They have the ability to be stout on the back line. They move forward together as a unit, and that character-driven mentality that has always been reigns supreme once again. Inter Miami, similar conversation, right? We know that this team is about winning. Guess what? They won this tournament in 2023. 5 days after the announcement of Lionel Messi to Inter Miami, he opened up with a worldie against Cruz Azul. Wouldn't necessarily call it cruise control ever since, but they hurt you in a million ways. And oh, by the way, yeah, Messi's still there. One of the greatest to ever do it. Still riding high.
He got that big shootout win without the GOATs. Meanwhile, we move on. Orlando defeated Atlas and Necaxa, then kind of had a stumble the last match day.
They've been up and down, though, in terms of performances and areas on the field. Ivan Angulo has come into his own the last couple of matches. Luis Muriel seems to have found a little bit of form. Ramiro Enrique up top in the 9 has been excellent, but that man right there, Martin Ojeda, my vote for MLS MVP. Going to set a single season record in all competitions for goal contributions for Orlando City. Put him in the 10, the 7, the 11. It does not matter. He finds a way to get Orlando City results.
And 9 goals in their first 3 games. They're set as of right now. This is where we are. Of course, this game will have an alteration, perhaps. We shall see. All right, we're all set. When we return, we get down to brass tacks. First half kickoff, LA and Santos next.
I need a truck for all this.
We got a ride for you. All right, auto traders. Let's find him a ride to fit all his stuff. That's Mario Escobar.
Inventory. Budget. Pricing.
Plenty of experience in the Gold Cup.
Syncing data tools and preferences for customized results.
Fire, Jim. Guatemalan presence in the VAR room. Diego Ojeda.
Uh-oh.
Your screen in Arlington, Texas.
What a ride.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays because a city hotel is right for some,
knows the Galaxy.
but not quite right for others.
Here tonight to advance to the
Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with the Modelo. They look like thousands, but sound like one. Because to them, the bigger the family, the better the game. Modelo. It's a for football.
It's Saturday night.
Game night. Congrats to those teams that have
you got your rom-com or a surprise.
Really
they make out at the end. Or you could have real
some teams have done great and they're not going
baseball on a Saturday night.
So
and
now
plot
it's just
twist,
to LA
you
Galaxy.
get the best seat in the house. If it's Saturday night, it's baseball night in America. Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Gordon's undercover discovery sends sparks flying.
You stormed in here really angry.
I don't think you've seen me angry.
Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service, all new Wednesday on Fox.